when a black belt karate sensei arrogantly challenged a modest black woman to a sparring match, just to make a cruel joke. He thought he was about to teach her a lesson in humiliation. But what happened next left the entire dojo in stunned, absolute silence. He had no idea he wasn't just mocking a quiet mother. He was disrespecting a legendary underground fighter known only as the Ghost. Dr. Alani Davis pushed open the glass door of the Way of the Fist Karate Dojo, her simple sneakers making no sound on the polished wooden floor. The familiar scent of clean sweat and focused discipline filled the air. Though she came here twice a week to pick up her son, Leo, she always felt a quiet sense of respect for the art form being practiced within these walls. The hall was brightly lit, illuminating the large blue mats where students of all ages practiced their katas with sharp, precise movements. In the far corner, Alani immediately spotted her 10-year-old son, Leo, his face a mask of concentration as he executed a block. Watching his dedication always brought a gentle smile to her lips. At 38, Alani was unassuming. Her dark, coily hair was pulled back into a practical bun, and her simple sweater and jeans blended in with the other parents waiting along the wall. "Mom," Leo exclaimed, his focus breaking as he waved energetically. Alani waved back warmly before taking a seat on a nearby bench. Her attention was drawn to the head instructor, Sensei Mark Corrigan. Tall and muscular, with a pristine white gi and a black belt tied expertly around his waist, he radiated an aura of supreme confidence. However, Alani had also noticed a pattern in his teaching, a subtle but persistent bias. "Higher, David. Are you trying to kick my ankle?" Corrigan barked at a young black student struggling with a sidekick. A few students snickered. Alani saw the boy's shoulders slump before he bowed and tried again, his initial enthusiasm visibly gone. In contrast, when a white student made a similar mistake, Corrigan was all encouragement. "Good effort, Jason. Keep your balance, you'll get it." Alani's jaw tightened. She had seen this quiet prejudice before, and each time, it felt like a small splinter in her heart. "Mom, I'm done." Leo's cheerful voice broke her thoughts. As she walked over to him, she felt Corrigan's eyes on her, a quick, dismissive glance filled with disdain. She met his gaze for a brief second before turning her attention back to her son. But she had felt the challenge in that look. Little did she know, a confrontation she never asked for was just around the corner. At the next practice, the dojo's atmosphere was different. Sensei Corrigan gathered everyone in a large circle. "Today," he announced, his voice booming with authority, "I want to demonstrate the vast difference between a true martial artist and a complete amateur." His eyes scanned the parents and settled on Alani, a mocking smile spreading across his face. "And I believe we have the perfect volunteer. Ms. Davis, Leo's mother, you watch so intently, but I bet you've never been in a real fight in your life, have you?" The room fell silent. Leo grabbed his mother's sleeve, his face flushed with embarrassment. "Ms. Davis, I don't think this is necessary," Alani said calmly, her voice even. Corrigan laughed, a harsh, condescending sound. "Oh, I insist. It will be a valuable lesson for the children to see what real skill looks like, and what it doesn't. The injustice of it all, the casual racism, the public humiliation ignited a fire in Alani. This wasn't just about her anymore. It was about her son and every other child who was made to feel less than by this man. She took a deep breath. "Fine, Sensei Corrigan. I will participate. But on one condition." A flicker of surprise crossed his face. "A condition?" He scoffed. "Yes," Alani said, her voice clear and firm, ringing through the silent dojo. "If you win, I will concede that I am just an amateur. But if you lose," she paused, her gaze sharpening, "you must stand before every student and parent here and give a sincere, public apology for your biased and disrespectful teaching." A wave of gasps went through the room. Corrigan stared at her, stunned, then burst into arrogant laughter. "You think you can beat me? Fine, I accept. Though I have no idea what I'd be apologizing for." He turned to the crowd. "The match will be tomorrow. I guarantee it will be a show you'll never forget." That evening, after Leo was asleep, Alani sat alone in her quiet living room. The confrontation had stirred up memories she had long buried. She walked to an old wooden chest in the corner and opened it. Beneath a stack of medical textbooks lay a pair of worn, black sparring gloves and a single, faded photograph. It was her, younger, leaner, her face a mask of cold focus, standing over a defeated opponent in a dimly lit underground arena. Years ago, before she was Dr. Alani Davis, she had been a legend in a world far from this one. In the unsanctioned, full-contact circuits of her youth, they called her the Ghost, a fighter known not for brute strength, but for her terrifying calm and an uncanny ability to anticipate her opponent's every move, making them defeat themselves. She had left that life behind to become a doctor, to heal instead of hurt, and to raise her son in a world of peace. But now, Sensei Corrigan had awakened the part of her she thought was gone forever. She closed the chest the Ghost was about to make a return. The next day, the dojo was packed. Tyler stood in the center of the mat, basking in the attention. Alani stepped onto the mat in her simple sweatpants and t-shirt, her expression calm. Ready to be embarrassed, Ms. Davis, Tyler taunted. And I simply nodded. The match began. Tyler launched into a series of flashy, aggressive attacks, spinning kicks, and powerful punches, each one stopping just short of her, designed to intimidate and show off. The crowd oohed and awed. But Alani didn't flinch. She moved with an impossible economy of motion, taking tiny steps, making subtle shifts, causing every single one of his strikes to miss by a hair's breadth. Tyler's confident smirk began to fade, replaced by irritation, then confusion. It was like fighting a shadow. "Aren't you going to fight back?" he snarled, his attacks becoming faster and angrier. "I'm waiting for you to show me your professional skill," Alani replied, her voice steady and calm. Her words enraged him. He lost all composure and charged, his technique becoming sloppy in his blind fury. The audience grew quiet, the initial excitement turning into stunned disbelief. This quiet woman was completely controlling the fight without throwing a single punch. Finally, seeing his opponent utterly spent and off balance, Alani acted. As Corrigan lunged forward with a wild haymaker, she moved not away, but towards him. In one fluid, precise motion, she ducked under his arm, used his own momentum against him, and applied a simple joint lock to his wrist. Corrigan yelped in surprise and pain, his body instantly forced to the ground, where he landed in a heap, completely neutralized. Silence, a deep, profound silence blanketed the entire dojo. Everyone stared, unable to process what they had just seen. The invincible sensei had been defeated in a single, effortless move by the quieting lady. Then, a small voice, filled with immense pride, broke the silence. "It was Leo. That's my mom," he said, his voice trembling with emotion. "She's the Ghost." A wave of whispers turned into a roar as parents frantically searched the name on their phones. Photos and old articles appeared, showing a younger Alani, the undefeated champion of underground fighting circuits. The looks of pity and mockery on the faces in the crowd instantly transformed into awe and deep respect. Tyler lay on the mat, not physically hurt, but his pride and arrogance shattered into a million pieces. He had been so wrong, so blinded by his prejudice. He slowly got to his feet and faced Alani, his head bowed in shame. "Ms. Davis, I'm sorry," he stammered, his voice choked with genuine remorse. "I was wrong about everything." Alani looked at him, and her expression softened. "True strength isn't about overpowering others, Sensei," she said, her voice gentle but firm. "It's about having the humility and respect to see the worth in everyone." From that day on, the Way of the Fist Karate Dojo was never the same. Sensei Corrigan completely changed his teaching methods, becoming a true mentor who treated every student with the fairness and respect they deserved. And Dr. Alani Davis, the unassuming mother, became a local legend, a living reminder that the quietest people often carry the greatest strength, and that true mastery lies not in the fist, but in the heart. The story of the Ghost is a powerful lesson in humility, respect, and the quiet strength that lies within us all. If you found this story meaningful, please like the video, share it with friends, and hit that subscribe button for more inspiring stories that matter. Thank you for joining us.